Welcome back to FNJ Talks Extra Ball. So let's discuss Real Madrid's managerial situation. Now, first of all, guys, Madrid have gone trophyless back to back seasons. What is my thoughts? First of all, let's discuss last season first, 2024-2025 season. So Madrid went trophyless last season. Why did they go trophyless last season? First, let's look at the league. Then we'll talk about no. Let's start with Copa del Rey. So Copa del Rey last season, Madrid reached the final. They played against Barcelona. Now, a final is 50-50, especially against Barcelona it's 50-50. So they lost that, okay. We should have won that, but if we lost it, not no problem, but it's a final and it's 50-50. But the league is not 50-50. And the Champions League, is the Champions League 50-50? Yeah, the Champions League is also 50-50, but the league is not 50-50. The team with the, if you play good, you're going to win. A final in the Champions League, you can get unlucky. The league, there's no such thing as you got unlucky. It's either you win or you lose. So Copa del Rey, we can't blame them. It's a final against Barcelona. Let's look at Spanish Super Cup, Barcelona final again, 50-50. You can't blame them. Well, what do I mean by you can't blame them? It's 50-50, guys. You win, you lose. So it's you can't get unlucky. And also, Lucas Vasquez was playing at right back. So how are we supposed to compete? So yeah, but anyways, that's besides the point. Now let's look at La Liga. La Liga Madrid didn't start that good. I remember the first few games of Mbappe, they were not really winning. They were drawing games, I think. And the Clasico, they lost like 4-0 at the Bernabeu. They were dropping a lot of points. They were losing a lot of games against small teams. But then early 2025, Madrid were performing very good. And Barcelona were actually dropping a lot of points and Madrid were actually ahead. But then Madrid bottled the league. Nobody wants to talk about this, but Madrid last season bottled the league. Madrid last season was supposed to win La Liga. They were supposed to win La Liga, but they kept dropping points and dropping points and dropping points and dropping points till they blew their lead. I think Madrid was 7 points clear. 7 points clear. 7 points clear in late February, early March. That's a big deficit to blow. And Madrid blew it. And from there, Barcelona took over and the league was not in any doubt after that. So looking at it logically, Madrid could have won La Liga last season, but they bottled a 7-point lead in March. So, because they were inconsistent against the small teams. Champions League was against Arsenal. Arsenal last season were very good, but to lose 3-0, well, you see, this is what I mean where I say cup competitions, it's about luck, to be honest, because Declan Rice scored 2 incredible free kicks. And Arsenal is a team where they have a crazy good defense. Like Arsenal, I think, have the best defense in the world. To concede 2 stunning goals like that, the game was over already. Nobody's gonna come back against Arsenal when you're trailing. Declan Rice scored 2 goals, okay, and then the third goal, maybe you can say they shouldn't have conceded the third goal. But the 2 Declan Rice goals, you can't stop that. You cannot stop that at all. Those free kicks were not even close to the box, they were far away. So yeah, look, the Champions League is about luck, and then at the Bernabeu, Madrid are never going to come back. 3 goals, no one is scoring Arsenal 3 goals. Not even PSG can score Arsenal 3 goals without reply. It's impossible. You can score 3 goals, but Arsenal also score. To score Arsenal without reply is impossible because Arsenal have like the best defense. But anyways, that's last season. This season, Madrid should not have sacked Alonso. I'm not saying it's Arbeloa's fault that Madrid went trophyless. I'm saying they shouldn't have sacked Alonso. Alonso was very good at Madrid. Very, very good. Alonso's Madrid was very good. If you notice with Madrid, the season turned after that Vinicius El Clasico incident. Before that, Madrid were doing very, very well. In the league, in the Champions League. We're going to qualify easily into the top 8, and the league were definitely challenging for the league because we were 5 points ahead, remember, but then we blew it. But then it looked like we were gaining back our form. But then they sacked the coach after we lost the Super Copa final against Barcelona. So, so look, it was very unlucky for Alonso because Alonso was building something very good at Madrid. Nobody talks about this, but Alonso was building something very promising at Madrid. Madrid are playing very good football. People who say, "Oh, Alonso failed at Madrid," blah de blah de blah. Alonso was doing very good at Madrid. But after the Clasico incident, I don't know, the team morale just dropped. It was almost like they didn't respect the coach anymore because they're like, this guy allowed Vinicius to boss him around. Now we're not gonna take his. All of a sudden, everybody stopped listening to me. Everybody stopped listening to him. And then you know, in football, when you don't listen to your manager, everything goes downhill. So yeah, look. And then yeah, um, after they sacked Alonso, Madrid played the playoffs in the Champions League, and then they beat Man City, and then Bayern. Camavinga, if Camavinga doesn't get that red card for me, Madrid win that game. From there, PSG, and then the final. So look, who knows what would have happened? But for me, well, I believe Madrid are going to win the Champions League this season. If not, because you saw how they played Bayern. And here's the thing with Madrid. Madrid's issue is the players don't give 100%. If the players gave 100%, then obviously we're free from injuries. Like Courtois was fit and all those Militao was fit. All those guys were fit. Madrid would win trophies. People say Mbappe is the issue, blah 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 blah. But for me, the issue is Madrid don't give 100% in games, and the injuries are too much. So let's discuss. But anyways, we went trophyless back-to-back seasons, and we're changing coaches now like crazy. Now we're changing coaches like crazy. But let's look at the options. Zidane, Zidane and Klopp. Zidane is not coming. Madrid should not have let go of Zidane back in 2021, in my opinion. Zidane is a manager where he's supposed to coach Madrid every season for eternity until he retires because he's like the perfect coach for Madrid. But these guys allow him to leave and then they bring him back and then they allow him to leave and then they bring him back. So he's never coaching Madrid again. Klopp. Klopp is with Red Bull, that company Red Bull. I think he's one of the directors or one of the advisors or something like that. Klopp, the way he spoke about how they sacked Alonso, I don't think Klopp will come to Madrid because yeah, Klopp seemed very upset that Madrid sacked Alonso. He was like, something is really going bad at Madrid, which is true. And if you're Klopp, like, why would you take the job? Because you have a club where they don't want to buy the right players, and the players don't want to give 100% and listen to the manager. So what's the point? Mourinho, if I'm Mourinho, I'll take that job because would you rather coach Madrid or Benfica? So, and Mourinho hasn't had a big job in years. So if I'm Mourinho, I'll take the Madrid job because Mourinho hasn't had a big job in years. And Mourinho, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if like, well, here's the thing, me saying Mourinho wouldn't mind if the players don't listen to him. For Madrid to be successful, the players have to listen to the coach. If they don't listen to Klopp or they don't listen to Mourinho or they don't listen to Arbeloa, Madrid are not going to win trophies anytime soon. You have to listen. In football, you cannot not listen to your manager. Look at PSG with Luis Enrique. They listen to him 100%, and look where it's gotten them. The thing that kills these big clubs from not winning the Champions League is ego. You cannot have ego in top football. You can have ego to say, I want to be the top goal scorer, but you can't have ego to say that you're not going to listen to your coach. That's a disaster. Madrid was supposed to be where PSG is now with Alonso. In the sense that, what do I mean? Not Alonso was coaching PSG. I'm saying Madrid was supposed. You see how Luis Enrique, they are pressing and they are playing such amazing football. Madrid was supposed to be like that with Alonso, but they blew it because they didn't listen to him. Alonso is also a very good coach, good ideas, but the players refused to listen to him like how PSG players listen to Enrique. So yeah, bam.